Welcome, Dre'Mont.
How you doing?
Good. Big year for you. What have you seen from yourself as you've developed in the last couple of years and now being sort of a leader, not just on the defensive line, but the entire football team? How have you got to that point?
I mean, I've gotten to that point by my relentless effort to be a better player, thanks to Coach Johnson. I mean, he's been coaching me well throughout this offseason. I mean, he's teaching me how to be more stout in the run, because I feel like it was my biggest weakness last year, and I'm just going to focus on that a lot.
Dre'Mont, you had, it sounds like a pretty cool internship with the DEA, is that correct? Was that this past summer here?
In May.
In May. How did you get into that? What did you do for it?
Well, I'm not going to tell you what I did into it. I don't want to, it's confidential. But I got into it because we had this thing called Real Life Wednesdays on Wednesday. And Coach Day's brother came in and they spoke to us about the types of problems that are going to happen in our world, that their day in, day out job they have. And my major was along the lines of that. So I kind of talked to him afterwards, and thanks to Ryan Stamper, he met up with them, and I got going.
What is your major?
Sociology.
Okay, and like, is that something after like maybe the NFL career down the line that you might want to?
I might want to. I mean, I'm so young, I'm 21. I don't know exactly what I want to do besides play football at the moment, but that's a good outlet for me. Good connections.
Earlier today, both you and Isaiah were named to the Outland watch list. I mean, how big of an accomplishment was that for you in your career?
That's a huge accomplishment. I mean, something like that doesn't happen to anybody, so I don't take it for granted. I appreciated it, and I still have a whole season to play, so I can't get too wrapped up in it. You feel me?
Dre'Mont, there's a lot of discussion. You guys lost 3 NFL defensive ends a year ago, but there's still a lot of talk that maybe this year's defensive line could be potentially better. What do you think of that kind of talk, and what do you think has got people saying that? I mean, why is that a possibility?
I mean, it doesn't happen without the guys that were just here. I mean, Jalen, Taekwon, and Sam, they set the tone. And Nick and Chase, we're kind of just following up on what they set for us, and we got to just keep pushing.
Have you seen Chase sort of turn that corner?
No, he's definitely starting to turn a point because he's realizing, like, I'm no longer a young guy. Even though I am a sophomore, I'm underclassman, I'm no longer a young guy. It's time for me to start making changes. And Coop, it's not just Chase, too. Coop's a part of that conversation.
For someone who's not familiar with the Michigan-Ohio State rivalry, how would you describe it to them?
If you're not familiar with it, you need to learn quick because it's a rivalry, a lot of tradition. I mean, it's been happening way before my time. I mean, way before your time, too. I mean, there's so much history behind that. I mean, from the Charles Wilson days to the Eddie George days to the Tegan days, there's just so much. That game is bigger than the sport, I feel like sometimes. It's the greatest rivalry of all the sports.
For the guys who aren't from Ohio, do you think it takes them a little longer for the game to get ingrained in them? Or is it just there once you get there?
No, because that's instead of day one. We started preparing for them in January, so they learn fast.
Dre'Mont, you guys in Wisconsin picked again to win your divisions. In theory, if you guys make it to Indianapolis, is that a matchup you guys like? Do you enjoy playing a team like Wisconsin?
See this? I want that matchup again. I would love to see them again.
Would you rather face somebody? I mean, do you like that style?
I just want to go to Big Ten. Sure. I mean, that's right. Go to Big Ten, bowl game, national championship.
I did not play football at Ohio State, so I don't know. But I assume when you do, you kind of want to be the hunted. You enjoy this spot, the pressure.
Yeah.
How does that work? Because I didn't. That's not me.
I mean, think about it. If you're known for being the number one and you're on top, you want to keep that. People want to chase you, so you want to knock the people down not trying to chase you.
And is that how you view? This is your conference.
This is us. This is our side. This is our side of the Big Ten.
Dre'Mont, why did you come back to college and down to the NFL?
One, to graduate, but football-wise, I want to come back and just hone into my skill. I feel like I have much more to grow as a person and as an athlete. So that's why I came back.
You only played 2 years of high school football, correct? Which years were those, and how come only 2 years?
I didn't play varsity much of a year. At first, I wasn't even playing D-end. I was playing tight end, and then things go wrong for me. Coach saw something to me a week before our season started. I moved to D-end. I didn't really know anything about defense. I didn't know anything about D-end, really. I didn't know our plays, really. I didn't know our schemes. I was just got to playing. And luckily, Coach Johnson, Coach Meyer, and Coach Fick recruited me, and I'm I'm here. Happy to be here.
So that was junior and senior year?
Junior year, it was my junior year when it happened. Senior year, I'm starting to learn it more, but it's like he didn't really teach me enough about our scheme. I was out there still playing.
And why did your dad or anything play football?
My dad was a professional boxer.
Okay.
So boxing, I mean, it's nothing really he could tell me about football that can really help me, but he taught me how to persevere through things because he's my dad.
And so why do I know you said you weren't enamored with being a tight end, but why else kind of were you late in getting in football? Were you boxing instead? Or?
No, I had hoop dreams. Like, every football player had hoop dreams. Like, come on, man. You start to realize, I don't know, I'm 250 and 6'4". I'm not a point guard. It's not happening.
You're going to have some more opportunities this year in the Rushman package, it sounds like, from talking to Coach Meyer. I mean, how excited are you for that, to kind of be able to pin your ears back and get in those pass rushing situations?
I mean, I'm very excited. I mean, who doesn't want to be on the field? It's like, that's my hunger, that's my thrive. This is what I want to do. This is what I do.
Dre'Mont, the hoop dream sort of ended with a torn ACL in your senior year of high school.
Oh, you gotta go there.
Nick tore his ACL his senior year of high school. Malik Barrow tore his ACL. Is that something that you guys have all gone through, this sort of almost like an opportunity you needed to kind of get mentally stronger, emotionally stronger after that sort of setback? Is that something you guys have learned how to deal with together as a group, or have you been able to help any of the younger guys?
No, I mean, our situations are different. I tore my ACL playing basketball, and I'm older than Nick and Malik Barrow, so I had to really face it by myself doing that team that just came off a national championship, and it was hard to really try to fit in and try to find your place because, I mean, everybody that won the national championship, they're still there. So it was hard at first, but, you know, after a while, I had to learn how to grow so I could be a part of the team.
Now, going through what you did, is that something that you were able to help with Malik as his, you know, going back and hurting it again last year for him? I mean, was that a part of, you know, your line group getting a little bit more cohesive?
I mean, not only me, it's everybody, because we understand an injury like that, that's years ago, not even years ago, like a decade ago, that was almost career-ending injury. So when something like that happens, you have to be there for a person in general, regardless if they play football or basketball. I mean, because I'm able to more relate because it happened to me, but I mean, I'm there for him because that's my brother.
I mean, go back. So, I mean, you started football late in high school. It's almost crazy to kind of think about starting late and where you are today.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I mean, it's crazy how life works. It's almost like, I mean, I never really thought I'd be playing D tackle at Ohio State when I was playing DN, and I didn't play varsity football until my junior year. So things turned out for the best for me. You know, I'm proud to be where I am.
How have you grown kind of in these past couple years at Ohio State as a player and a person?
I've grown so much because I've had number one great individuals in my life to gear me towards what I'm doing right now. My parents, my brothers, have really molded me, coaches and past mentors, and being at Ohio State, they've helped me a lot. I mean, can you repeat the question again? I kind of wanted to.
I was just saying, how have you grown as a player and a person since being at Ohio State?
Being at Ohio State, you go through so much. It's hard not to grow. I mean, I tore my ACL. I was third string, 2016 in spring ball, into being a close first string into that fall camp. Now I'm starting when Tracy went down, him being there for me, and the rest of the older guys being there for me. And then I started picking up my game. You know, last year I missed 2 games. So I was a letdown because I was really hot, and then I pick it back up. And then the draft talk, and it can be distracting. As much as people say it's not distracting, it can be very distracting hearing that. I've gone through so much as a player, and then it's hard not to grow. And then I've helped like Coach Johnson to really mold me into like a great person and player.
What was the injury that you missed the 2 games for?
It was a locker room incident. I'm not an immature person, I'm not an immature player. I mean, things happen that you can't control. I ran to a locker, I cut my leg open, that involved me to have stitches. So that's what happened.
Urban commended you today and back on the day of the spring game before the kind of spring you had. I think on the spring game he said you had the best spring among all the players on the team. Just what allowed you? I mean, what was your motivation for this spring, or just what allowed you to have the kind of spring you had?
I feel like a lot of players come back and they feel like they have a certain agenda, or they have like, I could have left the NFL, so you have to play. I mean, that wasn't my mindset. I have to come in and work like I didn't have to start a job. I watch film. I think I got better. I think I really helped with my routine before practice, coming in earlier, getting the hot tank, stretching, eating healthier. That's what really helped me.
Did you decide to do that on your own? Larry Johnson maybe suggested to you, or was that just all on you?
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's all on me because I learned it from the coaches we have there, like Coach Matus and the coaches around and the trainers around, giving me suggestions as to what I should do. That really. I really want to thank Coach Matus because he really was trying to tell me early on in my career, and I didn't really pay attention. And like this year, I was like, you know what, maybe I just try something different to really enhance my game.
What have you seen out of the defensive tackle room? I mean, there's a lot of thought that you'll be deeper this year at defensive tackle. So some of the young guys.
I don't want to speak too much about it right now. I mean,
those that have
right
jumped
now,
out.
It's BB looking to start with Davon, and you got some really talented young guys like Haskell and Tommy Togia and Teron Vincent coming in. I mean, hopefully, somebody's gonna make a push, and we'll see.
So obviously, Teron hasn't had an opportunity yet to really get into full-fledged practice with you guys, but what have you seen from him since he arrived in early June?
He looks very agile in drills. I mean, I don't want to speak too much about it because we haven't had football yet. So, I mean, you'll find out, people talk, you'll find out during camp.
So what do you think those guys, for like a Tommy Togiai or a Teron Vincent, what do you think would be key for them to jump in there and possibly get in the rotation? I mean, what do you need to see from those guys as a veteran who's kind of been through that?
They're different. I can't really speak on Teron yet because he's not getting here. Tommy's been here since the winter, and Tommy needs to be more vocal because he's strong as an ox. He has room to grow as a D tackle like everybody else does. He needs to be a little more faster, just to be able to become a smarter player overall. But he's looking really good right now.
What's it like playing alongside, really next to Bosa? How much does that help your game?
I mean, I feel the same way playing next to Jonathan Cooper or Sam Hubbard. I mean, Nick's a player like us. I'm not gonna get starstruck with my own teammate. Right. I know him. But Nick's a talented player, and Nick's gonna have a good year just like every year he has.
Do you think you guys might have the best defensive line?
It's not really a thing. I'm pretty positive we have the best defensive line.
You mentioned your father and boxing. What level did you reach? Was that just an amateur thing?
I don't know. Because it happened before I was born. I didn't really talk about it that much.
Okay. Yeah. What profession did he have? Did mom have?
My mom's in the medical field. I'm not sure what she does. I know she works at a nursing home out in Twinsburg, which I know she passes meds. She's like supervising stuff. I don't know. I think my dad's retired right now. So he's just chilling with my nephew.
Gotcha.
My nieces.
Did they raise you? Did grandparents raise you?
Oh, my parents raised me. Okay. They were my life from 0 to 21 now. They're still here.
Gotcha.
You guys are nationally, I guess, recognized as maybe having one of the best pass rushes in the country. What do you have to say about that? And do you think that you can even exceed expectations that are that high?
I mean, we're not trying to exceed anybody's expectations but our own. I mean, we believe we're the best, like you said. I mean, there's nothing more to say besides that we believe we're the best. We're going to go out there and perform like we're the best because of Ohio State football.
What about your defense needs to improve from last year?
Everything. I mean, one thing we've really talked about is creating more takeaways because that's really helped. That was really our emphasis in 2016, having a lot of interceptions, a lot of fumble recoveries. I mean, that's our model this year because we kind of got away from that.
You guys get a lot of 4 and 5 stars every year coming in and pushing you guys. This class especially was a pretty special one on the defensive line with a few guys. What does that say to you as a veteran on that defensive line?
I don't care if you're a 4-star, 5-star. I don't really care. That's high school. We all were good in high school. I'm glad you were good. Now you're here. It's good work.
Those guys are pushing you though, right?
Yeah, of course. Anybody's pushing me. Everybody. Receivers push me. Quarterbacks push me. competition everywhere.
What about one guy you're going against, maybe on the offensive side of the ball, that has pushed you more as a player than maybe somebody in your own position?
I would say Demetrius Knox and Michael Jordan. They really have.
Why?
Because the improvement in Demetrius Knox was something tremendous. I mean, he's gotten so much better. I mean, if he's not playing in the fall, I'll be probably disappointed in him if he's not playing, because he's super talented. He's a good kid. He knows what he's doing. And Michael Jordan, he's been playing since day one. He's a freshman. He's a true freshman. So he's a beast. They're both beasts.
What about your D-line? I know you've talked about it. How beastly is that group?
As good as what you hear. I mean, we got guys like Coop, we got guys like me, we got guys like Devon Hamilton, BB Landers, and Nick. I mean, we're ready to take on any challenge.
Dre'Mont, have you had a chance to work much with Coach Grinch and Coach Johnson? I know obviously Tabor probably a little bit less. I don't know how much Grinch is involved in the scheme or the defensive total.
That's outside of my field. I don't know what they're doing schematically. I mean, I'm with Coach Johnson every day. I see Coach Shiano now and then. I see Coach Meyer every now and then. I see Coach Mick every day. Lefty. I mean,
so no real opportunity yet for you to work.
No, not really. Not really.
How has your role changed, or how is your role going to change this coming year than from what was last year and in the past?
Well, last year in the past, I've been considered more of a young guy. I was a redshirt freshman, redshirt sophomore. I still have those leaders ahead of me. I can say much. I can say a lot. I can coach, but it's like they're our leaders, they're our captains. And then now this year, I mean, I'm the old guy now. I have the most experience alongside with Nick, and I just gotta be more vocal, because I'm not really the most vocal person when it comes to that, like being coaching and being drilling into a player. But now I realize that, like, if it's not me, then who else?
It sounds like you're going to get more pass rushing opportunities this year too. How's your role changing on the field as far as like schematic?
I mean, that doesn't really change my role. That's just like a part of something I can be. It's like a part of something more I can be of, because I need that. I need to be on third down. I feel like I need that, because I mean, I love seeing my brothers going out there and pass rush, but I feel like I need a piece of that. I mean, it's hard being on the sideline watching.
You've had it.